Fact of the day.
Fact of the day.
Hello, hi, and welcome to Fact of the Day with me, Mark Lotsu. Human-sheep hybrids. To start off with, there's probably some joke about crossing Dolly Parton and a farmyard animal. You know, Dolly the sheep, first cloned animal. Things have moved on a lot since then, and also since FOTD 278. For the first time ever, human-sheep hybrids have been created by scientists. Why? Well, first of all, to enable continued research into growing human organs in farmyard animals, and secondly, in a hope to progress the further search for a cure for diabetes. A team at Stanford University successfully managed to grow embryos inside a surrogate mother that contained both human cells and sheep cells. Embryos made up of both humans and sheep. Human-sheep hybrids actually exist. So this could lead to an unlimited supply of donor organs for anybody that needs an organ transplant. Absolutely unlimited, and a cure for type 1 diabetes. So the next stage is to implant human stem cells into sheep embryos, which have been genetically modified so that they don't produce a pancreas. So therefore, the human stem cells then provide the genetic code in order to produce a pancreas, which will be a human pancreas inside a sheep, which can then be taken out of the sheep and then put into a human body. Now, the team had to stop the experiment after 3 weeks because there's a 21-day limit on how long you can keep these hybrid animals alive for. So they're now applying to regulators to extend this to 70 days to see whether or not the human pancreas would actually start to grow. So Dr. Hiro Nakawachi, who's leading the research, has said that within the next 5 to 10 years, human organs will be able to be grown in animals and transplanted into humans. This is a reality. This will happen. That's how far the research has come. So they've already been able to grow a mouse pancreas in a rat, take it out of the rat and put it into a diabetic mouse and have almost no immunosuppressants, and it cured the mouse of diabetes. Type 1, that is. Human sheep, however, is slightly more difficult to crack, and that's why they want to take the time and make sure it's done properly and make sure it's effective. So this is way more efficient than the human pig hybrids, where you take 40 to 50 embryos and implant them into surrogate mothers, and you'd only get about 14 piglets. With the human sheep embryos, you can take 3 or 4 and implant them into surrogate mothers, and you can get up to 3 human sheep fetuses. Why are we using these animals? Because their organs are very similar to humans. So sheep's heart is almost identical to a human heart, and in terms of the circulatory system, everything seems to match up really well. So this is a huge step forward and an exciting prospect in the world of organ transplant. So would you have a liver, pancreas, lungs or heart that's been grown in a sheep? Would it make you feel any less human? Do we have the right to actually do this? That is human-sheep hybrids. Thanks for tuning in. Love you, bye, love you, bye, love you, bye.